Good morning. Hi, it's Heather Buckman here with heatherbuckman.com. How are you today? Just give you a few minutes to jump on and join me this morning for a little bit of daily dose of positivity and inspiration, and just something simple that will hopefully help make your life just a little better. That's all I'm here for. So good morning. If you're here, definitely leave me a comment below and give me some thumbs ups and likes. I'd love to know that I'm actually talking to some people and I'm not just talking to myself. But today I wanted to share with you something that I've recently found. I've heard about it for a while, but I guess I never kind of really picked it up and played with it and got the gist of what it's for. But it's this app that I'm just started playing with, and I'm already in love with it, and I can't wait to tell you about it. Have you guys heard of Trello? I've been hearing about it in the bloggers world. Good morning, Rachel. Because it's really great for keeping content, and I kind of wasn't getting the gist of it until somebody really told me about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can use this every day of my life. So here's what I kind of like about it. When you open up Trello, it's a free app. When you open up Trello, you can put little cards. Good morning, Keith. Cards, I think of it like a Pinterest board. You can put a board up, right? And it will be recipes, or maybe if you're a blogger, some of your blog, right? So here's what I love about it. Have you ever gone through Facebook and you see a recipe that you really, really love, but then it goes by and 10 minutes later you forget where it is? Well, now you can copy it and put it into Trello and put that as one of your recipes in your recipe board, right? So if you're like a mom and you're going, oh my gosh, what's for dinner? Or anybody, right? I do it all the time. What's for dinner? What's for dinner? And you're out and about and you swing by the store and you're like, oh gosh, I forgot the recipe. I don't know what I'm going to make for dinner. What's neat about it, in Trello, you can set up a board with all your favorite recipes, right? So then when you're out at the restaurant or at the grocery store, you can pull up your app and you go, you may not know if you have it in your pantry or not, but you at least know all the ingredients that you need to get, and it gives you some ideas. So what if you put in there your top 10 favorite recipes? So that way if you're stuck and you haven't meal planned for the week and you're just on the fly, you can still grab your healthy recipe, right? Here's a couple other ways that you can use it. If you're a blogger, what you do is you can really write down some ideas and content. Because we see things all the time, and I know I do it all the time. Yesterday I had 10 different things I wanted to write down, but I didn't write it down, so then I'm like, oh my gosh, tomorrow they're gone. I really, can be one of those people. I have great ideas in the shower, but by the time I'm dressed, I forgot about them, right? I mean, if you're like that kind of, right, raise your hand. So as a blogger, you can kind of say, as you're going throughout your day and you get a great idea, or you see, again, something scroll on your Facebook page that's oh my gosh, I got to share that with my audience. That will be amazing. You can just jot down a quick little idea into your Trello app, because when you go back to it later, these are just a whole list of ideas, but you can put pictures in there, so here's one that I kind of say for if you're in, network marketing like me, our team has kind of a daily theme, that we do just a little action step for the day, right? So what I've done is I've created a board on my Trello app, sorry, I have stuff on my hand, for each day. And as I start writing the content and I think of things to write, or I find a great picture that, will work for that day, I kind of go back to my Trello app and I put it into those boards. So that way I've got ideas as they come to me, but I'm not ready, I might not be ready to share it today, but it might be great for Sunday, or it might be great for next week. The other thing is, we talk a lot, and sometimes we want to repurpose our content. We're doing the same thing over and over and over. This is for social media, this is for whatever, right? And I'm not saying you're going to write the same exact thing over and over, but if you get a theme going, you can write it into Trello, and then maybe just once a month or whatever it is that you need to use it, you can repaste it, copy and paste it into your Facebook or your content and reshare it, right? So you're not rewriting it over and over. I would probably revise the pictures, or I would revise the text, but what I'm doing is I'm reusing something I already spent the time to create. So as a social media manager, that's an amazing aspect of that too. And again, as you're going through your day and you get an idea, you pop it into your little Trello and that Pinterest board, it's not a Pinterest board, but it looks like a board. So it gives you that idea. You never run out of ideas. And what I like about it is, like, going back to that recipe thing, right? You can add members to your Trello group. So say you want to add your husband, who might be like swinging by the grocery store after work, and he's like, what do I need? And you can go, oh my gosh, go to your Trello app and look up recipe, so-and-so, right? Like, it's a great way to share. Hi, Jay. Hi, Brittany. It's a great way to share. So here's another thing. If you are working on a big project with your team, because it's really about a project kind of app. It's meant for productivity. You can put your checklist in there. You can put your to-do list, your, when it's due. But if I'm working on a project with Cal, hi Cal, and I want to say, this task is for Cal and this task is for me, you can kind of put that in there and add Cal as a member to your app, and then share the work, and you guys can like take notes and communicate within this app and check it off when it's done. So it's a great little app for people that work like out of the office. I think we all work out of the office these days, it seems like, and we're trying to communicate and get projects done with each other, but we don't have the old software that I used to have in my engineering office where I could communicate a lot easier. And again, it could be as simple as adding your kids or your husband or your spouse or somebody to get it done. Going back to for like our team thing, maybe I add my team to some of my things, and they could get inspired by some of the apps and the photos in that group, and we could work together. Another great thing is if you have a promotion coming up, if you're in your own business and you're opening your store, or you've got a new project launching, or you're planning your party, you might have things that you want to do before your party that you want to promote, or before your product launch that you want to promote. Like, if you're going to have a party, you're going to go out and get some wine, right? So that might be one of your things to put in there. So what you can do is it gives you some ideas under like party or product launch or whatever you want to call it. You would put under their items like, I need to go buy wine. I need to send out the invites. I need to call my friends to say it's time to come over. There's a whole lot of things that you need to do that launch. Maybe it's, write a blog post about it. Maybe it's mail flyers out. I don't know, whatever it is, but it's a great way to help you promote your events, right? Because it will remind you of like everything that you do. And if you're doing events over and over, if you're partying over and over, there's going to be the standard, 5 steps. You've got to, plan the party, you've got to set the date, you've got to call your friends, you've got to get the food, so you can put all of that in there as a checklist, and you can also use it as a reminder to like send out the invites, and who am I going to call, and who do I need to follow up with, because that's all kind of part of this productivity app, right? So I really think it's a great little app, and I'm finding it to be like so much more useful, especially in my business, because I do go out in the course of the day, and I do have that short-term memory that says, here's a great idea, but 10 minutes later I forgot about it. So now I can just pick up my phone, quickly jot a little card. It's kind of a card within the board, right? So I can jot a quick little idea like, oh my gosh, like, I want to tell my friends about this app Trello, right? Like, that's one of my things. And then you can check it off when it's done. I'm loving it. Like I said, I'm going to start putting my favorite recipes in there, because I know I get myself caught at the grocery store and I'm like, oh, what am I going to do for dinner tonight? And I don't have any recipes. And then I'm trying to Google a recipe on my phone that might be good for dinner. That's, and then I like have to hopefully not lose that recipe when I get home. Well, now I can like copy and paste that link if I did Google it into my Trello thing, so it's right there, and then I could get home and print it out or open it up, right? I mean, that's another great example. So now I'm at the store and I'm eating healthy. And, I can just copy and paste it. I think we're getting to the point in life where we do so much stuff repetitively, over and over and over. Like, it's our daily habits. And we need to kind of start to streamline some of these habits, right? I mean, really, my menu probably has, when I cook, I probably have the same items for breakfast every couple days. Maybe it's a smoothie with bananas and all of that. So my checklist might be morning smoothies, and I just kind of say, here's the 5 items, and then I just copy and paste that to like my list, right? Or same thing for dinner. I might probably eat the same 10 meals in the course of a month. I'd probably throw in some others. So why wouldn't I have my recipes right there, that if I spur of the moment and I don't have dinner, my recipe's right there, and I can go to the store and go, oh, here it all is, right? Same thing with, they always say in like blogging and stuff, in social media, you should repurpose your content. Like, you shouldn't have to create the same thing over and over and over, or new stuff every single day. So how that works is if I'm blogging, I'm going to share that blog post on Facebook, and I'll probably share it on Pinterest, and maybe I'll share it on Instagram, right? I might change the wording on all of them. I don't know, but at least it's the same thing. It might talk, like if I'm talking about this on my video here, I'll probably go back to my blog and give you more details on how to use Trello, right? So I'm repurposing content. So what you could do in Trello is you could say, oh my gosh, today I want to talk about how to use Trello. That might be my video. And then the next card might be put it on Instagram, or put it, create a blog post. And the next, card might be share that on Pinterest, right? So you could kind of do that. And what if I say, like, next month, this is like something that's like really hot and trending, or I'm getting a lot of questions on it. I might keep that card in my Trello app, and then if somebody texts me and says, oh my gosh, can you tell me about Trello, I could easily copy and paste that like blog post, because it's simple and it's right there, and just send it off as a quick text. Oh my gosh, here you go. Like for me, here's another example. I know in like Nerium, we give out samples all the time, right? I love to give out samples and let people try it. I mean, like no crow's feet. It's amazing, right? So what I do is when I give somebody a sample, I usually text them on the first night with, here's some like reminders and some tips on how to use. I tend to like rewrite those every single time, or I copy them, and I'm always like, where did I save those tips, and who did I send them last to, so I can go copy and paste them, right? So why not create a board in Trello that's like, just for samples, like here's how to use, the samples and XYZ, day 1, day 2, day 3, and then you can copy it. And I'm not saying copy and paste it word for word, but you copy it, and at least it's the starting point to, edit your text and send it out. You can add pictures and attachments. So if you have a document, like maybe, I know Cal was like doing some work on her garage, so she's got contracts. So, maybe that work in your garage is a card that you and your husband are on, and here, if you get the contract, you could upload it so you both can see it, and it's your daily reminder to check it, and send it off by a certain date, because you can put a due date in there, right? So there's a whole lot of things that you can do, because it's just neat that you can take this and use it to streamline your stuff. Like we all know that we're going to have, a party, and you're going to have to invite people, right? So why, and you might only be able to say 10 different ways how to invite people to a party. Well, if you wrote all 10 of those down, at least the next time you have a party, you could pick one of those 10 and just send it out. Like, oh my gosh, here's my invite to my Halloween party. And maybe you're having a Christmas one, so you just change the text a little bit, right? But you've already created it, because you're like that person that does this enough that you don't want to have to redo it over and over and over, right? So that's like what I mean by repurposing content. You created it once and you're sharing it multiple times, but it's in a place that you find it. So I'm loving it because, I'm getting inspired every day by people on interest. It might have been like a favorite quote that I love, and I want to turn it around and share it, with my audience on Facebook, right? So, or maybe I just want to use it to inspire me. So I'll copy that quote into Trello, into maybe a folder called, quotes, right? And maybe that's what I use then to create my photos that I share sometimes on Facebook, right? So then I'll go to another app and I'll create my app, and it's because of that quote that inspired me. So I'm really kind of like digging this app called Trello. I don't know if you guys have heard it. Has anybody heard of it or tried it? If so, give me a thumbs up. Or do you guys have any questions? I'd love to make this interactive, because I think when we start streamlining our life, like everything gets easier, right? Like, if you spend a couple minutes and you're just typing up messages on, if you're sitting in a doctor's office, you can like type in some of your messages or your to-do list, and you can put them into your little cards and your little like boards on this like app, and then they're ready to go throughout the week when you need them. Like I said, I get asked the same questions over and over and over, especially in my business. How do I find this? Or what's the customer service number? Or whatever. Like if I put it in there and somebody asks me, I can share it with them. Or my customers, here, I can share this with you. I don't have to recreate it every single time. It's really amazing, Jane. You should check it out, because I think it's like for our business, it's great. Like, for me, like, I share my before and after photos in my story a lot, with my Nerium. I love my before and afters, but I'm always like searching through my phone to find that last picture, where now I can just create a Trello, folder called, my before and afters, and I'll put my story in there. And sometimes I reword it and I change it up a little bit. So I might have it in there like 4 times of how my story, and I'll have my before and afters. That way, if I want to share it, for today's Transformation Tuesday, I'm going to share my story today. So why not have my pictures in my little Trello app to make it easier that I could just download my pictures and post it, and I have my post or my ideas already written as to what I'm going to say, right? So if we have this daily theme going, or we have this party going, we know some of the actions that we need to do. So why not start writing the content that we know that we need to do, right? And then you're not recreating it over and over and over. I know, Cal, for me, it's on the iPhone, but it's a pretty popular app, so I would think that you could get it for the Android. I have no idea. But can you guys see how this is beneficial to like your life and your business? I mean, like I said, even my life, recipes, and, if I'm like reading my favorite book or something, maybe I don't know, I'll put a link to it in my thing if it's on a website or whatever. Or maybe I'll just photocopy a couple pages. I don't know. Maybe I have my blog and I want to edit some photos. So what I've done is I've already taken the photo. Maybe I upload the photos into my Trello app, and then later on I'll go into, something else and be able to say I need to edit these, right? But it's a pretty cool app. I wanted to share it with you. I don't think it's really a productivity app. So it's really meant to, add team members, and you can share, like I said, add members like your husband if it's a recipe thing or something, or kids if you want to check on after school activities or whatever. It's really meant to kind of put your to-do list in there and check it off, but I think you can use it for so much more, because I know for me, like, I'm always looking for ideas for my blog and for my social media and to share my business and stuff like that. And when ideas pop across my screen, because I know Cal's got some amazing recipes and some great ideas, but 10 minutes later, it's like so far gone on my newsfeed, I forget about it. Well, now I'm going to copy it and share, put it in my Trello so it's really there and it's ready to go for when I'm ready to use it. I'm not saying I'm going to go in and copy Cal's post, because I don't believe we should just copy and paste somebody's post. But I think you can copy it and paste it into your Trello and maybe copy the photos if that's what you want. So when you're ready to share it, you can just edit it and share. It's really about capturing those things that inspire you to write about and to share and to post about, and to make your life easier so you're not recreating the same thing over and over and over. I'm also saying don't be boring and every Monday post the same post over and over, but you can repost things, you can share it. Like I said, a blog could be posted on Pinterest, could be posted on YouTube, and people repost stuff all the time. I mean, if you've got a great quote that inspires you, repost it, because it might inspire somebody else, right? So I hope my little video today kind of gives you a way that you can use Trello in your life and in your business. I just gave you one. Like I said, if you're a blogger, and just say your blog is about fitness and health and wellness, you might have a category about fitness, and you might have one about clean eating, and you might have one about events, right? So as you're going through your day and you find a great recipe, you might want to go in and put that under your clean eating tab in Trello, so you know that that's a topic that you want to write about. Or if you found a great workout while you were at the gym, you might want to just make a quick little note in Trello about this, it probably doesn't have to be detailed, because you should hopefully remember it. But you can at least write down, oh my gosh, I got to tell my audience about this new workout that I found. And then, it goes under the fitness category. So then when you're trying to come up with content and when you want to write, because there's a lot of days that I write my blog first thing in the morning and I'm drinking my coffee going, what am I going to write about today? Well, then you go to your Trello and you go, oh my gosh, that's so great. I forgot about that. If you have an event coming up, you can write those in there. So again, that maybe the week before, you've got to start promoting your event. So that's when you start blogging about it or posting about it on social media, right? So, I mean, it's a really great way to kind of organize your blog and your social media content and your life. If you have kids, I'm sure you have a lot of activities that you have to do around them, like doctor's appointments. You can put those all in there too. It's just fun, I think it's great because it's just a great little productivity app. And if it can make my life easier and simpler, why wouldn't I do it, here's, I'm going to be real. Like, if I'm having a party on Saturday, right? And my one thing is I need to go buy wine. Maybe I'm in the wine store on Tuesday, right? And I'm buying wine, but why couldn't I snap a picture of something fun of me holding a bottle of wine and then post it on, Thursday and said, hey guys, I've got the wine, or you could post it like, right before your party. Hey guys, I already bought the wine. You better show up to my party, right? So if you took a picture of yourself buying the wine in the wine store, but your party's not till Saturday, you may not want to share it on, Tuesday. It might be too early. But if you have it in your Trello app, you can just go and post it when you're ready to post it, right? I mean, that's what's so fun about like this app is it will get your ideas in there and put them all in the same place, and you can like set a due date of when you're going to do it and post it. So it's not just like, oh, I'm just, I got to run to the store so I can do this today. No, have fun with it. It's about having fun. Mine, I'm going to put my recipes in there because I know I'm always caught at the store going, what's for dinner? And I'm one of those people, if I don't cook from a cookbook, like, forget it. You probably don't want to eat my food. So, this will give me at least, 10 different ideas that I could pick from, because chances are I'm not eating the same thing every day. But I mean, with 10 ideas, I could do at least, once a week or something like that. So again, I hope this helps. I'm going to try and share some more information because I'm on my phone to do the live video. I can't show you the app. It's called Trello, Trello. Just go look it up. I know you can look it up on the computer and you can look up some of the functions that it does. I know it's free, at least for me. I don't know if there's any paid options of it. But I hope that helps. If you got ideas and stuff, will you give me a little bit of loving and some, likes and tell me that this was helpful to you and you're going to go check it out. Remember, stop by my website, heatherbuckman.com. I'll post about it as soon as I'm done getting my hair cut today. This was why it's wet and in a ponytail. And look, I even got a little thing here. In that, hope you have a great day. I'm here to just inspire you and give you some tips to make your day a little bit better. And I hope I do that to you. Hi, Penny. Hi, Melissa, if you're still there. Hi, Larry. I miss you guys. We should all catch up and talk soon. So talk to you later. Bye.